Hello, and thanks for tuning in to our Quality of Life Literature Review video. I'm Nils, and together with my course mate Lara, we're about to demonstrate why quality of life is an important aspect in the design of urban space.
Having classified our topic in both tangible and intangible factors, we will define the role of people, places, and urban layout. Also, starting with the approach of American psychologist Abraham Maslow regarding people's social needs, we continue to look at the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development set of factors, defining a Life Initiative Index. The Gale mythology, where city planning and development should combine life, space, and buildings in order to prioritize them from architectural design and urban reform. Also, we differentiate urban space and public space through a list of set of conditions set out by Matthew Carmona and David Chapman.
Concluding our presentation, we will introduce a new research approach of social science in urban planning and design by the London School of Economics and Politics. Finally, we will focus on aspects of form that are contributing to a more socially and inclusive designed urban environment. Quality of life. Let's ask ourselves, what does quality of life mean to us on a personal basis? Now we will present the intangible factors. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Developed in the United States, Abraham Maslow introduced the hierarchy of needs that remains valid today in helping to understand drivers for human motivation and personal development. Maslow states that only when the lower order needs of physical and emotional well-being are satisfied are we concerned with the higher order needs of influence and personal development. Conversely, if the things that satisfy our lower order needs are impaired, we are no longer concerned to maintain our higher order needs. On the lowest level of hierarchy, one needs to fulfill biological and physiological needs. This is followed by safety needs, belongingness and love needs, esteem needs, and only if all lower levels of needs are fulfilled, one can achieve status and professional development.
The Gale mythology in the book Cities for People describes the importance of quality urban space in the human dimensions of cities, proposing solutions to achieve a lively, safe, sustainable, and healthy city, where city planning and development should combine life, space, and buildings in order to form a people-centered perspective on how urban space truly functions at eye level. Following the concept of spatial outlining that focuses on the importance of how buildings along identified paths and around identified places should create an inviting urban space that offers the right scale for urban dwellers. The Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development has developed an index that paints a comprehensive picture of well-being in OECD countries and other major economies, and contains in-depth studies of issues in well-being such as gender differences, job quality, and citizen security, making it important measuring lives to have a better understanding of our societies and economies. The well-being indicators measure factors such as housing, income, jobs, community, education, environment, civic engagement, health, life satisfaction, safety, and work-life balance, being the most pressing issues to solve in cities: jobs, health, education, and safety. This index therefore allows you to compare well-being across countries based on the selected factors identified as essential in the areas of material living conditions and quality of life, which serve to provide a new and wider perspective to policymakers in the areas that matter the most to people, through indicators and their distribution across population, offering new insights on people's quality of life.
Urban planners and designers are constantly faced with the question of boundaries of urban space and how it is constructed. What makes the public realm more livable? The Urban Design Protocol is an approach undertaken by the Australian Sustainable Built Environment Council. Whilst fostering leadership and design excellence, the protocol framework is aimed at creating a more livable urban environment through involved stakeholder commitment. Based on three main aspects, the approach vies for more productive, sustainable, and livable public realm by creating context for people to engage with the place.
Now we will present the tangible factors. In public spaces and urban spaces, Matthew Carmona defines qualitative urban space as an interlocking of factors such as terrestrial environment, the living organisms that occupy it, the social environments and relationships among people, and the behavioral norms created by society. Carmona remarks how important it is to practice a form of urban design that responds to people's social cultural values, preference, and the homogenization of places and contexts. Later on suggesting a set of principles for sustainable urban development and design, composed by stewardship through the ability to respond, revitalize, and enhance existing contexts, resource efficiency by an efficient use of energy, spaces, infrastructure, and materials, diversity and choice through mixed use and accessible facilities, human needs by creating high-quality, safe, and to human-scale spaces, resilience through built adaptable spaces and buildings, pollution reduction, creating sustainable and energy efficient infrastructure, concentration by building densities able to support viable range of uses and facilities, distinctiveness that reflect morphological patterns and history, biotic support that encourages greening and respects natural features, and finally, self-sufficiency, which encourages a sense of community involvement and civic responsibility.
The London School of Economics and Political Science LSE Cities program. The design of public space can hugely impact people's daily decision-making and the way they use the city. This affects the way people socialize, perceive, and construct their environments, determining what kinds of sociability, if any, can be enacted, say sociologists John Answersel, Don Slater, Mona Sloan of LSE Cities. Here are 3 questions that can help you design more socially. Thereby, the social is concerned with people's practices, beliefs, relationships, and institutions, the way they are organized and organize themselves in very specific and different ways in different places. Also, the specific forms taken by things and materials in specific places and social worlds.
Defining public space. The Urban Design Protocol for Australian cities has developed a guided framework for the design of public and urban spaces, in order to create productive, sustainable, and livable places. The Council has developed 8 design principles and processes about the governance and leadership in the development of public and urban design, focusing on design principles for places, people, and the leadership and government processes involved. According to the Council, places should be enhancing by sustaining and enhancing the natural environment and meeting the aspirations of the people who use them, connected to all surrounding areas and main means of transportation, diverse, having its own character and qualities, enduring by creating sustainable and resilient spaces. As for the considerations that are recommended for people regarding urban space, they should be comfortable to freely use the place and feel included to a community, vibrant through places to meet and interact with others, safe, that it feels secure at all times, and walkable, encouraging the use of bicycles before cars and prioritizing people. Interconnecting this aspect to the principle of context by working with both existing physical and social factors, engagement that engages people in the development of their community and that integrates the excellence and innovation of design.
Factors for designing a successful place by Design Council and CAPE. First, character. Sense of place and history, a place that responds to and reinforces locally distinctive patterns of development and landscape. Second, continuity and enclosure, clarity of form, a place where public and private space are clearly distinguished. Third, quality of the public realm, sense of well-being and amenity, a place with public spaces and routes that are lively and pleasant to use. Fourth, ease of movement, connectivity and permeability, a place that is easy to get to and to move through. 5. Legibility, ease of understanding, a place that has a clear image and is easy to read. 6. Adaptability, ease of change, a place that can change easily. 7th, diversity, ease of choice, a place with variety and mixed uses.